speaker.com. So I've been doing that for like 3 years now, but I'm starting to get into the talk shows, which is COVID-19 pandemic, getting outrageous.
Yeah.
So for the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've been having different types of discussions about that.
Yeah. The COVID is really a bad situation. And I don't know how I caught it. I don't know how I got it. I wear a mask. I wash my hands. I just don't know. That it's a real
Yeah,
bad situation.
I definitely agree with that. It's really, really bad. A lot of people right now don't even know how they got it.
Right. Right.
Even if we, even if they wearing masks, it's
Right.
like it's a scary situation to be in right now.
Right. Right. Because you don't know where it's at. You don't know where it's
Right,
at or
right.
where it's coming from. So, you
Yeah.
know, I just thank God that I
Um,
made it through.
Coach, even myself, I've been in quarantine recently, and
Mhm.
I've been wearing the mask ever since I learned about the pandemic.
Right. Well, I hope they hurry up and come up with a cure or some kind of solution or something to slow it down, to stop it, because it is a detrimental illness.
Hmm.
Because it takes all that you have, everything from you. You all your strength, all your energy, everything is, you know.
Absolutely agree. I mean, it affects people's immune system, everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm just about on a 13-day quarantine. This is number 13 for me today,
Okay,
quarantining. You know, I was
okay.
supposed to come out of quarantine on the 18th, but I just did an extra week just because, you know.
Same thing with me. I'm at day number 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Was
I'm
your
at day.
breathing delayed? My breathing is delayed. You know, like if I have to yarn for a second or something, my breathing is delayed by a second or so.
I haven't. I would get very, very frustrated at the time when I found out that I had to take the actual test.
Yeah. Yeah, they did my nasal
Yeah,
passages. They swabbed my nasal passages. Some people get the mouth swab, some people get the finger prick. You know, I think the nasal passages is the worst because it hurts.
yes, it's a very, very uncomfortable feeling. So I would tell anybody that's being tested, it's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. So how you feeling at the moment?
I feel great. I feel great. I get up every morning.
Okay.
I take a lot of things to keep my immunity up. And the more I do that every day, I feel better and better.
That's good news to hear.
Vitamin C, vitamin A, just a lot of different immune supplements.
A lot of water too.
A lot of water as well. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's the best thing because the numbers
Yeah.
are steady rising.
Right. Right. You know, and I've put off, I was supposed to be in New Orleans the first weekend of December. I had to put trips off and, you know, it's just really bad. It did, you know, it interrupts life as well. Not only does it interrupt your health, it interrupts your life, you know.
Yeah. It makes you make an adjustment period in your life as far as family concerned and like you say, travel arrangement. It just
Yep.
changes everything.
Yep. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, because basically with the whole pandemic situation, I've been off work since March the 17th of this year.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
I
Okay.
work for the park. I work for the park district, so we had to change a lot of different things and cancel a lot of programs.
Yeah.
So it been what,
Yeah.
but by the grace of
Did they
God,
give you some kind of servants pay, or did you get a hazard pay, or
they gave us a emergency COVID payment
uh-huh.
until we go
Okay.
back until we go
Okay.
back to work.
Yeah.
So right now, I mean, that's kind of in jeopardy with these numbers going up like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Everything is, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, what do you do?
Right. What can you do? Yep. But be miserable, but
Right.
a lot of people are passing on from this too.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what Darlene.
So when did you find out that you
I
had the after?
I found
When did
out
you find out
about
that you had COVID?
I found out about the
Okay.
10th. The
Hello,
10th.
everyone. Everyone. Okay, I had to share the show. And first, I want to I am Darlene April of the Truth Radio and DRT FM, where we are going to be bringing you true stories, true facts, true information to the best of our ability.
Mhm.
And then I have my host, DJ Chuck, that is on from the Truth Radio. And on, we also have Kendra Reed, and she is a good friend of mine, and she is a COVID survivor. And so we have her on here, and I had to share the show so her and Chuck they were getting to know each other. So um, we can start from the beginning. And um, Kendra, can you tell us um, how did you find out you had COVID?
Um, I had went out looking. I'm looking to buy a house. So the realtor girl and I went out, and I went to this particular house, and this man had so much bleach going in this house. And after I left his house, I automatically got sick, just sick to my stomach. So I went to urgent care, and I told the lady, I said, I'm so sick. It seems like I have the
Wow.
flu. The symptoms that I'm having exhibits the flu. And so she said, well, we're going to test your nasal passages for the flu, and we're going to test you for COVID as well. Because prior to that, I found out that both of my parents had COVID. So I told the people at urgent care that my mom and dad had COVID. So that was another reason they tested me. All my tests for the flu came back negative. Everything for the coronavirus and COVID-19 came back positive. And when I say I was down with no energy, really, really sick, sick as a dog. So when Trump was saying that he had the coronavirus, there's no way he could have had it walking around and doing everything that he was doing at the time. You have no energy. It's an illness that you can't combat it. You just can't. It keeps you totally down. And when they say that incubation date is 14 days or 7 days or whatever, you actually have to go through all these days to get better. There's no rushing it.
Okay, all right. Okay, can you explain to us what was the nasal test?
The nasal test is where they use a Q-tip, a longer, a very long Q-tip, and they swab your nasal passages, your left one and your right one. That would be one test for the flu, and then they give you a second nasal swab for the coronavirus, the left nasal passage as well as the right nasal passage. And you feel the swab, it's so far in your nose that I'm not gonna say you could almost feel your eyeball out them touch your eyeball, but it's really, really long in your nasal passages, where they could get a good swab to figure out what's going on.
which is a very,
Okay,
very uncomfortable feeling.
Very uncomfortable. Very
okay.
uncomfortable.
Now, DJ Chuck, did you want to ask her some questions on how did she find out she had COVID? And did you also want to share your experience and let the audience and viewers know what was going on with you with COVID?
Actually, my situation came from being at my brother's house 2 weeks ago. We were watching the game, and I found out that he wasn't feeling well
Okay,
2 days.
welcome, Lady Alicia.
Hello, everyone. Please forgive me for being late. I had some personal business to attend to. How is everyone today?
Good,
I'm
thank
doing
you.
fine.
Good.
Okay. So Kendra talked about how she found out she had COVID is she um she was looking for a house and they went over to a house and it smelled of bleach. She had gotten sick and then her parents they had COVID and she went on to explain that they did the nasal passage and the left nostril is the one that they test for COVID-19. Am I correct in saying that, Kendra?
They for COVID-19 they swabbed the left and the right. So actually
Okay.
I was swabbed, my nasal passages were swabbed 4 times. 2 times for the flu, which was negative. The final 2 times were for the coronavirus, which was positive.
Okay. And then DJ Chuck was just getting ready to talk about his experience, and that's where we're at. So, Lady Alicia and DJ Chuck, you guys, you had a platform because you know I'm out of town and I'm doing something. So, y'all go right on ahead. Okay. And we also want to thank our listeners that we have in the show. We have DJ Diego. We from California, and we have Pan, and we have I think like 8 people watching so far. So we thank y'all for listening.
Yes, thank you
So
for joining us.
okay, so go on, Chuck and Lady Alicia. Y'all do y'all thing.
First of all, let me tell you that
Because
that was
Chuck
So,
was getting ready to start telling his experience, and you might want to ask him what his experience, what he's going to tell you to get him started, because he was his brother had it. So I'm going, y'all. Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.
before you tell us your experience, I just want to say that was such a great show yesterday.
oh, thank you.
It really was. I fully enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad all the listeners enjoy it. And by the
Oh, it
way,
was great. I will be back.
thank
So
you.
you
And
make
but
sure you send me those notifications.
I will. Um, but getting back to the actual topic, um, what I was saying is that I was at my brother's house 2 weeks ago. We was just on normal Sundays watching the game and everything. But I found out 2 days later that he wasn't feeling well.
Mm.
So when he called me and told me, he was like, Tracy, I think DJ Chuck, I think you need to go get tested. So um, my initial question was like, did you know that you had it, or when did you start feeling sick? He said he started feeling sick during that Sunday afternoon.
Oh
That
wow.
he didn't have no type of appetite or anything. So he went to go get tested. Um, I went to go get tested maybe 2 or 3 days after, and thank God my result came back negative. But I've been quarantined for the last 10 days.
Oh wow.
Yes. I have no symptoms at all, but I've been drinking a lot of water and stuff like that. But like
Well, I'm
Kendra
glad
said,
that you
it's a tough.
quarantined for safety. Kendra,
Yeah,
let me
like
ask
Kendra.
you, what was your experience with the COVID? Were you sick? Did you
I
have
was
symptoms?
very, very sick. The realtor, I was explaining to Darlene, I'm looking to buy a home. And the realtor girl and I went to this person's home, and they had so much bleach going, and we had the mask on. And immediately after I hit the air and left that house, I got sick as a dog. And I went to the urgent care, and I
Wow.
told them about the experience. And prior to that, the day before, my parents had tested positive for COVID, both of my parents. So I
Mm,
told the people at urgent care about that, etc. So they decided to test me. But my experience with COVID, I had an appetite, I had my taste and sense of smell, but I had no energy. My
mhm.
energy was zero. I had just enough energy to get up and go to the restroom and back to the bed.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. And now I'm having
So
like,
if I
I'm sorry, like a delayed breathing. Like if I go to yarn for a minute, my breathing is somewhat kind of delayed for a few seconds, but I'm told that shall
okay,
pass. That's one of the symptoms.
Okay.
okay,
Now, what about your parents? How are your parents
My
doing?
parents are good. They are on their 13th or 14th day quarantining, and they just said that they aren't going to go out until they feel fully recharged and energetic, you know. And it's just been rough. It's just they don't know how they got it. Both of my parents are 72 years old. They don't even know how they contracted it. They wear their mask. They wear the hand. They do the hand washing. I mean,
Do they
this
go to
something.
church? Do they
No,
go to
they have
church?
not been to church. They go to
Have they been
Trinity.
out to a restaurant or anything?
They've been out to the stores and different things like that. But these people tell you, oh, wear the mask. You can't get it. You can't get it. Keep washing your hands. You can't get it. The thing, this COVID thing is bigger than the mask and the hand washing. It's bigger than that. So when they say you can't get it, that's not true.
I don't I don't
so how long did it take?
I don't know that they're saying you can't get it. What they're saying is you're more protected with a mask than without one. They're saying that the best way to contain it is to wear a mask, and wash your hands.
Mhm.
But you being positive, and please don't take this the wrong way because I don't mean anything. I'm just trying to, get some information.
Mhm.
How do you know that you weren't the one who gave it to your parents?
I don't know. That's
You
another thing I
know?
don't know.
See, yeah, you don't know because you could have been asymptomatic. You understand what I'm saying? For
Yes, I
days
do.
before you even knew you even had any symptoms.
Hmm.
It's so scary. That is so scary.
It's very scary, and especially when you go on Facebook and you're looking up and down your timeline and you're seeing people that have lost their lives, to this illness, to this
Yes,
virus.
yes. And it's hard, and it's even harder for me to go on my timeline and see all these kids out here partying with no mask on, and you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
You're going home to your people. You don't know who they're around.
Mhm.
It's a very scary situation. I'm sorry, DJ. I feel like I cut you off.
No, I was just asking. How long did it take for you, Kendra, and your parents to receive the result? The result.
My parents received theirs like the next day. I received mine like 2 days later. My parents actually went through a drive up system on 103rd and Cottage Grove there. They do a drive up, and they do the mouth. They swap the mouth instead of the nose.
Right.
And
Oh,
that's
oh,
at Gately
oh.
Stadium.
Okay, so you are actually from Chicago?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. And I just
okay.
went to an urgent care. Outpatient
Okay.
urgent care. Yes.
Now, I was just speaking to a friend of mine maybe an hour before I got on. He had COVID back in October, and he was telling me today that he still does not feel as if, he has all of his strength and you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes.
And he's only like 48, 49 years old.
That's what I'll be. I'll be 49 in January.
And he said that
Wow.
he still does not feel 100%. He still doesn't have all of his energy. He still doesn't have all of his strength. And it's been well over a month now for him.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow.
Do you
I'll
know if
be
he's
40.
taking additional supplements? Do you know?
I don't know, but
Okay.
I will definitely find out and report.
Yeah.
I will.
Because you
Because,
have to keep your immunity at an all-time high with
yeah,
this thing here. It has to be high.
absolutely. And, I was saying that the other day. I said, it is so crazy to me that people run out grabbing up all the toilet paper and paper
Yes.
towels, but
Yes.
you're not grabbing emergency or vitamins or anything that can
Right.
help you fight this virus.
Right.
Your worry is toilet paper and paper towel.
That's right. And Lysol is another one that they were. Oh,
Well, Lysol's a good thing though.
yeah. But it's hard
Like,
to find. It's one of those hard to find items.
it is a hard to find item, and when you do find it, you pay dearly for it. I have 3 or 4 cans right now. I keep it.
Yeah.
I will pay any amount of money to get it. I do not care.
Right.
So,
But I
can
know a
so
guy who he sells the tall cans for $10.
Mm.
So I just always buy four,
Hmm.
and yeah. But it is very hard to find because what I found is that like in bigger stores like Walmart and Target, it
Hmm.
comes in, it never hits the shelves because all of the
Employees.
employees
Yeah.
keep it.
Yeah. And that's sad.
It's
It's
really
selfish
sad.
and it's sad.
It is selfish, it is sad, and it's something that it needs to stop. So I was thinking about bringing some awareness to that
Hmm.
because it is very selfish and it's wrong.
Right.
You
Right.
understand?
Yes.
It's wrong. But yeah, that's how I was feeling on that.
Hmm.
I was hearing I watched the news yesterday. I'm not a TV watcher, so I rarely watch anything on TV, but I did watch the news yesterday because they had a segment on how they were going to deliver this virus once it's approved, uh, to be distributed to the public.
Hmm.
And they
mhm.
were saying that it is going to take, check this out, y'all, in order, because the thing is, they have to get it to the United States all at the same time.
Okay.
So they were saying in order for them to get billions of doses of the vaccine to the United States at the same time, they need 30,000 airplanes. Now, this vaccine has to be stored at 95 degrees below zero
Mm.
at all times in order to be effective.
Okay. Wow.
They were showing O'Hare Airport and all the people who were going to be tasked with loading and unloading this vaccine. And they say they have a maximum of 4 hours to get all of these billions of things loaded and unloaded.
Mm.
I already have a great skepticism about this vaccine because it's just been made entirely too fast.
Right.
But now I even have more of a skepticism because I don't believe that they're going to be able to store, because there's very few places that can store this vaccine at 95 degrees below zero.
Mm,
So I think that it will probably be compromised in terms of temperature before it even hits where it needs to go.
right.
So
Hmm.
that's even more of a concern to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know. You having had COVID, I want to pose this question to you. If the vaccine is approved, would you get it?
I'm still not sure.
Okay,
I want to remain optimistic about it, but I'm really not. I haven't put all those eggs in that basket yet.
gotcha.
I would be afraid.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. I am afraid as well. I absolutely would not take it. I'm so afraid of it that I have already begun researching the legal strategy to combat against it if they make it mandatory,
Okay. Yes.
because I'm not taking it.
Right. Right.
And there is nothing that anybody anywhere, unless it's Jesus himself, that can make me believe this vaccine is safe.
Right.
It is unheard of that a vaccine is developed, researched, developed, tested, gone through all the stringent protocols that vaccines go through, and brought to the public in less than 6 months. That is never in the history of vaccines.
Mm,
A vaccine takes a minimum of 8 to 10 years just to get to the stage of where you can have human trials.
wow. Yeah.
So I'm not, no, you're giving me nothing you made up in 4 or 5 months.
Right. But I guess they're trying so hard to get a mass production of this vaccine out because people are dying so rapidly. If there were a way we could wait 8 to 10 years, just think about the numbers of people that would have, that would have lost their lives.
Listen, if the vaccine isn't effective, they're going to lose their lives anyway. If the vaccine is not safe, and there is absolutely nothing that they can tell me or any of us that can prove that this vaccine is safe. What can they, how can they do that?
Yeah. I don't know, cause like for the flu, they have a pill called Tamiflu that uh takes away the symptoms quickly. And that was back in the 1900s. I don't know how long it took them to get that going. With
Wow.
the Spanish flu back in the 1900s. This hasn't happened since like the 1900s. Nothing of this magnitude, with the virus.
Well, yeah, we had the swine flu that killed up hundreds of thousands of people. Uh, we had Ebola.
I remember Ebola, but I never
Yeah.
remember one like this where you have to be masked down. In my 49 almost years of life, I've never remember wearing a mask.
No, we never wore masks, but then I think again too that was about the time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember, and I'm 62 years old.
Mm.
I don't remember them ever wearing masks for anything. And we've had much more deadlier diseases than COVID.
Right.
You, you know,
Yeah.
I think it was
Yep.
just the time, the era at that time. But I wouldn't be I've said this before, and I'm saying it for you. I wouldn't be surprised if we would not come to a place in this country where we were masked all the time, where it was just a normal daily thing.
Oh, and that would be really horrible because it's so hot with it on. It's so hot.
A lot of people say that, and my daughter says that. She says, I cannot breathe in these things. I don't have a problem with them. They don't bother me in any shape, form, or fashion. They really don't. But I understand that that is a big problem for a lot of people.
Yes, yes, especially people that are claustrophobic, have different mental issues, and oh, it's just bad.
So
Lady
I have a
Legend,
question
what's
for.
her name again? I'm sorry, Lady
Lady of
Empress,
leisure. Lady
Lady
of
of
leisure.
Leisure. I don't know why I
Yes.
wanted to say Lady of Empress.
I'll take it. It sounds better.
Lady of Leisure. Okay.
So I
Yeah.
have a question for Kendra.
Yes.
Before you and your parents um got the virus, did you all have any other health issues?
No other you mean other medical conditions?
Yes.
Yes, like high blood pressure, um, the standard,
Right. Right.
you know. Yeah.
Wow. So
So
have that affected you and your parents in any type
no,
of way?
no, no, it hasn't affected us in any way. The only thing that has affected us was being down with no energy and just the whole process of going through that illness like that, where you're just helpless. You're
Right.
helpless to this
Okay.
virus. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that's what you are.
Yeah. Lady Aluja, have you researched any other numbers concerning the COVID-19?
I haven't, but you know what? I did research, and I didn't write down the name of the company, but there is supposed to be um, up for review soon um, a treatment for COVID.
Mm,
Okay.
So they've come up, you know, with a therapeutic treatment for COVID,
Uh-huh.
and they're saying that it will greatly decrease the symptoms in COVID patients. So
mm,
Okay.
I'm hopeful for that because that I could get behind. I can't get behind a vaccine.
mm,
Okay.
I can get behind a treatment because they have all of these millions of people who have been sick with COVID. They know
Hmm.
what their symptoms are. They know what regimens didn't work. You understand what I'm saying? So
mm,
Right.
I would feel a lot more comfortable with a treatment. I'm never going to feel comfortable with this vaccine ever.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Because I have some numbers from Vigil as of 12 p.m. this afternoon.
Hmm.
They have 6.5 million cases.
mm,
Um, 5.43 million have recovered, and they have 196K deaths.
oh wow. What state are you in, DJ Chuck?
That was in Brazil.
You
Oh, that
no.
was in Brazil.
What state are you in?
I'm in Chicago.
We're all in Chicago.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm in
we're
Chicago.
all in Chicago.
I'm in Oak Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
South Dalton.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
that's a lot of deaths.
Yeah, it is.
it
Yep.
is a lot of death. It really is a lot of death.
Yeah.
And it's Chi-Town's finest. Hello.
Mhm.
Hello,
It's a
Chi-Town
lot of
finest.
death. It's
Mhm.
very scary. Um, Everything is very unsure.
Right.
with this virus. Everything. Nothing is as they say it is. Because you just said that your parents are 70 years old.
72, both of them, 72 years
Your
old.
parents are 72 years old. Now, according to everything that the CDC has been telling us, they shouldn't have survived,
Right.
right?
Right.
Right.
Correct.
Because they're saying 60 and older. Your parents are 72 years old.
Yes.
And I'm going to assume they are black,
Yes, they are.
which again, they say that it hits us hardest, it hits us more, black people, and that it affects older people in a much more devastating way.
Right.
And
Cause
that's just not true in your parents' case.
right, exactly.
Absolutely agree.
So, again, it's very scary because nothing has unison with this virus.
Right.
You know, you can't really, they're constantly adding symptoms to the list, you know.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, everything is changing, everything is fluid, basically.
Yes.
Right. And
There's
Trump is saying
there's
it's not
added
his fault.
yes, there's added
Well,
symptoms every other day.
honestly, it's not his fault. He
Mhm.
didn't cause the virus. It's not his fault. And
The
I
only
understand that people hate Trump, but you got to put that aside and just look at the reality of the situation.
Mhm.
When Trump
Mm.
attempted to stop people from entering the United States, the Democrats had a fit, called him a racist, said it was racist. He couldn't do that. You got to let people back. You got Americans over there. Americans should have stayed over there. Because had they allowed him to shut down the country like he wanted to, it would be contained. I honestly believe that.
yeah.
It
Do you
would
what?
be contained.
Do you all
Mhm.
feel
Then you
like
had all
people?
these people flooding in, and they didn't have anything set up in terms of social distancing in these airports. You saw all those thousands of people standing in the airports shoulder to shoulder
Mm-mm-mm.
Do you
with
all feel
COVID.
like people hate Trump or they just dislike his decision?
People hate
I
Trump.
hear I know that
People
they
hate
hate
Trump.
him. I know that
They
they
hate
hate
him.
him, but I heard a lot in the beginning of this how he fired all the scientists and the people that Obama and every other administration had in place and called the coronavirus fake news, and that he knew about this prior, way prior, before the public, before the citizens of the United States knew about it.
And
That's
the
true.
majority of that is true. The majority of that is true. He knew about it in January, the end of January. We didn't know about it until March.
And that's why people hate him.
No, people hate him because,
They
he
just
just
dislike
acts
him.
stupid. They just hate him.
Right,
They
right.
think he's a racist. They think, I mean, really.
Yeah, and then he doesn't want to leave the White House, and
And
it's
so
just
they
a
hate him even
barrage of
more
things.
now.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah, they
mean,
hate him even more now. Now,
I mean,
because you don't know this, Kendra, but full disclosure, I am a Trump supporter. I voted for Trump the first time. I voted for him this time.
Hmm.
no,
However,
I'm asking the question because
okay, I'm sorry.
I'm asking the question because me personally, don't necessarily like to use the word hate. So I would rather say dislike.
Dislike.
I
Okay.
understand that, but they hate him.
Mm-mm.
I understand that,
You
and
can
and
use dislike or
and the reason that I say hate, and
Uh
I
huh.
understand exactly where you're coming from.
Mhm.
The reason that I say hate is because that's what the people say when they express their feelings about. They say they hate him. They don't say
That
I dislike him with a passion.
that's
hmm
very true. That's very true.
hmm
Because when a lot of people are in conversation about Trump, they actually use that word hate.
They do. They use that word. Um, But I want to get back to, yeah, he did fire a lot of people, but again, that's what presidents do. When an old president goes out and a new president comes
Mm.
in, they bring in their own people.
Mm,
Okay, Chi-Town Finest, she's saying that they knew about COVID-19 when Obama was in office.
mm,
Chi-Town
Right.
Finance has Chi-Town Finance has a very, very excellent point.
And that's true. A lot of diseases were known of, but the thing is, no one had ever contracted COVID 19.
mm.
I mean,
That's a good point. Do anybody know when did the actual first case hit America?
I thought in February of
yeah, that's what
2020.
I thought too. I thought it was
Okay,
February as well.
okay.
I thought it was February as well. It was February of 2020.
And I thought it was an Asian lady, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Now
Was
that
she
I don't
traveling over
remember.
to the United States?
I
Well, you
think she
got so
was,
many over here. I'm sure they do travel back
yeah,
and
she
forth.
was coming from Washington.
Wow.
Hmm.
Which goes back to your question, Lady Aluga. Should Trump have shut down the whole country?
I believe he should have. I believe it should still be shut down now. I believe the country, in order to get a handle on this, the country needs to be shut down. Because here's
Okay,
what's going to happen. And people are going to disagree with me, but we're going to just wait it out and see.
okay,
And this will be just like when I told the lady in the grocery store that we're going to shut down all the schools when this first started. And we hadn't even been hit hard by the pandemic. Said, oh, they're never going to do that. I said, you just wait and see.
Mm,
I'm going to tell
mm,
you this, and you just wait and see. This
mm,
vaccine is not going to be effective. This vaccine is going to screw people up. It
okay,
already has so many subjects who have had mysterious neurological disorders during the trial. Okay.
mm, 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 mm.
Now, what's going to
mm,
happen is they're going to bank everything on this vaccine, and people are
okay,
going to be running around living life as normal as possible because it's never going to be the way we knew it before.
mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have another outbreak that's going to be worse than this one. Every outbreak is going to be worse than the last.
Mm, mm, mm.
So how many outbreaks are we expecting?
We're until until they come up with a treatment for COVID or until they can eradicate it, which I don't see
Okay,
how that will happen for at least 10 or 12 more years when they
Oh,
develop a
mm.
real vaccine.
Whew.
wow.
That's a long
Okay.
time, Lady of Leisure.
It is a long time, but that is the average time that it takes to make a vaccine safely and effectively. That is the, Google it. That is the average time that it takes to develop, test, and administer a vaccine safely and effectively to the people.
So within that time
So
frame, as a math,
I don't think we are ever going to be at a point where we won't have outbreaks. Until it can be eradicated, we're going to always have them.
so
Mm.
within that time frame, do you see do you see Biden and Kamala Harris announcing in nationwide emergency?
I do. I think that Biden will shut down the country. I think that he will. He
Okay.
said he would. I don't know that he will because I
Hmm.
don't trust either of them.
Okay.
I think they say a lot of things like most politicians do just to get in office. And then when they get there, they flip the script.
Mm.
I would hope
Exactly.
that he would. I would hope that he would. And if he's a man of his word, then yeah, he will shut down this country. And he
Yeah,
should. He really
like you
should.
said,
Okay, okay. I have a question for DJ Chuck. Now, you were over at your brother's and your brother tested positive. You took your test. You tested negative, but you still had to quarantine for 14 days.
correct.
So, um, was there any other things that they told you to do? I mean,
Only other thing they told me to do was um wash my social distance, make sure that I'm wearing a mask, and as far as being in the house for those 14 days, is make sure that you're cleaning every day,
Yeah. Yeah.
every single day,
Yeah.
every day.
now see,
None.
now, but see what I'm saying. The point I'm trying to make is, they're saying social distance. Now he was at his brother's house.
Right.
His brother was positive.
Right.
They didn't practice the social distancing. He was negative. So that's this is just be it's they don't know nothing, you know. So if that was the case, with all of them being at his house watching a football game, you would think that he would have ended up being positive as well.
Well, you would think that, but here's the thing. And I mean, I understand the feeling of you, the feeling that they don't know anything because like I just said, it's so fluid. I wouldn't say that. Here's the thing. You can test negative. He can test negative today. He might test positive next week.
That's very true.
You
Oh, okay.
understand what I'm saying? This
Yes.
is
Okay.
why when you've been around someone who's positive, that's why they ask you to quarantine. So that
Okay.
if
Right.
you are positive in a few days or in a week, you haven't been around anyone to infect anyone else. Now we're going to pray that he
Right.
stays
That's why they have
negative.
this travel. Right. That's why they
Exactly.
have the travel restrictions. Because if you go somewhere, they want you to actually quarantine for 14 days. But who goes out of town and quarantine for 14 days?
Nobody.
Nobody. That's that,
People
that's
don't
just
even go out of
absolutely
town and
ridiculous.
stay 14 days normally. I
Right.
can't ever remember going out of town staying 14 days.
Mm-mm. It's been such a pleasure talking to you all. I'm going to end my conference. This is Kendra. Thank you, lady of wisdom.
Thank you, Kendra. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
for
for your
All
providing
right.
me.
information.
Nice conversing with you guys. Take care.
And
You too.
thanks,
All right, you
Kendra,
too.
for sharing your information.
Yes. Thank you, Darlene.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah, we are the Truth Radio, and we're trying to bring the truth. We're gonna about all kinds of issues. Kendra survived COVID, and she gave her input, and so we're just
Thank God.
trying to bring the
Thank
facts.
God.
And then Chuck, thank God, he tested negative after being around his brother that he was positive, and I thank you, Lord, for granting him mercy. Oh,
Yes.
great,
Amen.
your grace and mercy. Thank you,
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brother is doing fine right now. I mean, he I mean, you guys want to talk about that somebody that's very, very um religious knowledge? My brother,
No.
like
Oh,
my brother,
okay. I was gonna say I
my
don't want to talk
brother.
about religion.
Yeah, I don't get into that. I don't get
Yeah.
into that religious, but yeah. Thank God that both of us are doing well, and
Yes. Yes.
thank God that Kendra survived
And her
the COVID,
parents, her
and her
70-year-old
parents also
parents. Yes.
72 years old. That's a blessing.
Pepper Hopful, hello.
Yes, yes. But those numbers that I gave to you those numbers came at 12 o'clock this afternoon. There may be
and
even more numbers right now,
and
and that
that
was
was in
that
Brazil.
that was in Brazil. I'm not even talking
Now
about the United States.
I
That was
hear
just in
that they're
Brazil.
having I hear that they're having a really hard time in Brazil with the
Wow,
COVID. Yeah,
man. Do
it's
you?
just it's a terrible situation.
So
I
so
think
many
that
people.
I think that people should just prepare, hope for the best, and prepare for the worst.
Hmm.
Really, because I just don't understand all of these people who don't want to wear a mask. If you can't wear a mask, wear a face shield.
Okay.
You know, there are things that you can do, and that's what they've come out with now, because you have some people, they go in stores with their little letters from their doctors. I can't wear a mask because I have
Hmm.
asthma. Well, Walmart came out and said, look, we are no longer going to allow you in our store without a mask, letter or no letter. If you have a medical issue where you can't wear a mask, then you
Uh huh.
must wear a face shield.
Okay.
And I applaud that, and I think that should be the standard everywhere, because I know there are some people with some. I have asthma, my children have asthma, my
Okay.
grandchildren have it terribly, okay?
Okay.
I know, and they all wear masks. I know there are some people who really don't like wearing the mask.
Yes,
But
because there's a lot of people that has like you say, that has asthma. There's people that deal with what they call bronchitis.
mhm,
So that's
all
all
of
type
that.
of different. Right. That's all type
But
of Go ahead.
I I think that the number of people who have asthma that really can't wear a mask is nowhere near the number of people who are claiming that they can't wear masks because they have asthma. Because those same people wrap a scarf around their face in the wintertime.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a whole wool scarf wrapped all the way around you, covering your nose and mouth, but you can't wear a mask 20 minutes while you're in the grocery store.
That's true. And then they have those other type of masks. I don't particularly know the actual name of them, but it's like those type of masks when you're going hunting or something. They cover your whole face.
Yeah, yeah. The ski mask.
Right. There you go. The ski mask.
Yeah, the ski mask. Yeah.
That's the
You
word I was
know,
looking for. But then, like you said, you got people complaining that they can't even wear a mask for 15 to 30 minutes in the store.
exactly. But those same people, you'll see them bundled up. You won't even see nothing but their eyes come Chicago winter.
Right. So what's the difference?
Exactly. And you're
A
in
winter,
that scarf longer than you are that mask inside the store.
right. So what's the difference of wearing a mask to protect yourself from a deadly disease and others?
People are just selfish. They don't want to do it. I was talking to my niece. She said, "Oh, I'm over it." I said, "Okay, you're over it. I'm over all this mask, and I've spent so much money in hand sanitizer." I said, "Well, how much you think a funeral costs?"
That's true. That's very, that's very, very true.
Because if you get it and die, I'm not chipping in on your funeral. So maybe you should save the hand sanitizer money. And she says, "Oh,
Yeah.
T, you're so mean." No,
Yeah.
because younger people feel invincible. When we are younger, that's how we all feel.
Right.
We feel like nothing is ever going to happen to us
Mm-hmm.
until it does.
Until it hits home.
Exactly. And then here they sit. I never would have thought this would be me. Well, duh.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
like,
people need to just accept the fact that this is going to be your new normal. You know, you put on a mask.
hmm
It's no different than putting on a pair of gloves when you go out in the cold. Put your mask on. Wear your mask.
right.
You know, to protect yourself, to protect others, because
hmm
you may contact COVID and not get sick, but again, you can take it home and kill somebody.
That's true. That's very true. So, like you and Kendra mentioned earlier in the show, um, people they go out and they get all this toilet paper and sanitizer and stuff like that, which I understand. I mean, we all need it, but why not? Why are we not buying supplements to take care of ourselves?
Exactly. Look, I am the toilet paper and paper towel queen. Okay?
Okay,
But I buy what I need.
right.
I'm not going out trying to buy 10, 30 roll packs of toilet paper because of COVID.
Okay,
You walk in the store, all the paper towel and toilet paper aisles are empty, shelves are empty, but you look at all the supplements and they're full.
right. I mean, you go to your local Walgreens. All the paper towel aisles, toilet paper aisles is empty, but the whole
All the
entire
alcohol is gone, but
mhm,
all of the supplements are sitting right there,
the whole
which is
back
what you
wall.
need exactly, which is what you need to help you combat this. Because yes,
The help,
like Kendra said, your immune system needs to be at an all-time high. So you need to
correct.
be taking supplements to build and boost your immune system,
Right.
to help you not contract COVID.
That's true.
And I'm about tired of this COVID conversation. I'm trying to tell you. Let's can we move on to something else? I want to talk about Trump.
Okay.
That was my president. I was so happy Trump won the first time. And now I was really hoping that he won this time. I didn't think that he would, but I was hoping that he would.
Okay.
But he is just acting a plumb darn fool right now
Why is that?
because he's insane. The man is really. I'm seriously looking into um trying to have him removed because he's a
Mhm.
detriment to the country. Because he is incapable of running the country right now. He's
Okay.
incompetent to run the country right now. Because all
So,
he's talking about is
mhm,
fraud, voter fraud, voting fraud. There, none of that has been proven. He has absolutely no proof of any of it. You lost
mhm.
the election. Take it like a man and move on.
So, in the history of the United States of America, has this been the first time where a president that didn't win the actual election has refused to concede?
Never, never. Maybe
Wow.
I think once. I think
Okay.
once a couple of hundred years ago. No, never. Like, what
Okay.
is your problem? And then he has all of these idiots, and I tell you, every Congress person
Mhm.
that is standing with him in this buffoonery
Uh huh.
needs to be out because it undermines our entire democratic process. Now, he doesn't have to come out and say, I concede. However, he can go through the motions of conceding. you know, going
Okay.
through the transitional process to the new president.
Mm-hmm.
He won't do that. He sent out a tweet today saying, why is Biden assembling teams so quickly when the election is going to be overturned? How is the election going to be overturned?
There's no way possible that could happen.
Well, there is a way, there is a possible way, but he won't get to it. Because
Okay.
you see, what Trump was banking on, he was hoping to get these claims into the courts, get a judge to substantiate his claims, and then move on to the Supreme Court where all of his minions are. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a controlling interest in the Supreme Court. So if he can get to the Supreme Court, he thinks that his judges will side with him and overturn the election.
Okay.
But he's not going to get to the Supreme Court because you can't get to the Supreme Court when you've got 23 cases thrown out of court. So he's
Wow.
never going to get there. He's had 23 cases thrown out of court.
And I want to take a moment to say good afternoon or good evening to our listeners in UK that's listening in.
We have listeners in the UK.
Yes,
Oh,
we
that's
do.
wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Irish Soul for Kelly. Hi, how are you?
Yes, thank you all for listening. But you were saying that Trump's initial plan was to go to the Supreme Court, correct?
That's his plan, was to go to court, uh, probably get some denials, file some appeals, get some denials, and then appeal to the Supreme Court where he has
Okay.
a majority hold. So in the Supreme Court, he's likely to get the election overturned if his people sides with him. So that was his strategy. But you can't get to the Supreme Court when all of
Mm-hmm.
your cases are being thrown out of court.
Right.
So, that's a big fail. He has not had one judge listen to his lawsuits because he has no evidence that any fraud has been committed. It's just what he's saying out of his mouth and what he believes in his head.
So at this point,
And
Lady Reducer, what is his legal team? What are they doing?
what they're doing is setting themselves up to never work again, is what they're doing. What they're doing, I mean, seriously, that's what they're doing.
Okay.
Because you're undermining our entire democratic process. Everyone knows he lost. They know he's lost. But here
Right.
you are supporting him in his lunacy about this fraudulent election that never happened.
Correct. Like you
So
said, everyone know he lied. He knows he lied. His administration knows he lied. Even the
everyone
Democratic,
knows
yes,
everyone knows there was no fraudulent election. Nobody stole an election. The people came out, they voted. Biden won. That's it, that's all.
yeah. Even some people in the Republican Party know he lied.
Everybody in the Republican Party knows that he's lying. Everybody in the Republican Party, and some Republicans have stepped up and spoke out against what he's doing.
Okay.
But all of them need to do that. The ones who are supporting him should be jobless when their time comes,
Right.
because it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is unprecedented. It has never been done before.
Yes.
And all of his claims are completely baseless. And that's what 23 judges have told him. We're not even entertaining this. Your claims are BS. Bye. 23
That's very true.
times, right? That is
Correct.
basically what they're saying to him. So at what
Correct.
point, and the reason I say he's incompetent, because anybody in their right mind, after getting their case thrown out 23 times, would figure, well, okay, I might want to give this up. I'm getting nowhere. I only have until January 20th. The holidays are coming.
Hmm.
You understand? So courts and things are going to be, going to be on holiday and things like that. At what point do you say, okay, I've lost, I give up?
Right. We have a
Well, with
comment
Trump,
from one of the.
yeah,
I'm
Trump is
sorry. Go
still
ahead.
pulling the switch on U.S. death row prisoners.
Yeah, that's what I was about to read. Do you agree with that?
I don't understand. I really don't understand the comment,
Right.
because
I don't know if it's a
only
question or if it's a comment. I'm not sure.
um because we eliminated, well, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
understand. Okay, here's the thing. Um some states and our state, we don't have a death penalty in the state of Illinois.
Right. Right.
So I don't understand when you say Trump is still pulling the switch on death row prisoners. Why is this on Trump? See, this is what I'm saying. People that hate Trump blame him for everything. These people did
Okay.
not get on death row by the hands of Trump. They've been there. People stay on death row 10, 20 years.
They did not.
So I don't understand
Right.
how you feel Trump is still pulling the switch, because if they're death row prisoners and they're scheduled to be put to death, that's just what happened. That's not on Trump or anyone else, except, the criminal justice system. So, Irish Soul for Kelly, if you could explain that a little bit for me so I can have a better understanding, I'd really appreciate it.
Right. I agree with you because, like you said, the state of Illinois doesn't have a death
Yeah, we
penalty.
don't have a death penalty. So, for the states who still have a death penalty, um, then yeah, unless those prisoners get pardoned, or forgive me, I'm old, I can't think of the other word and I know it so well. Unless they get pardoned or they get clemency, then
Okay.
if they're scheduled for death, then yeah, unfortunately, I personally don't believe in the death penalty,
Hmm.
you know, um, because I'm not God.
Right.
I didn't bring you in this world, and I don't think I should take you out.
Right.
And I also think that, I hear people say, oh, he deserves to death. I think it's a cop out. You understand? I think that when you sentence someone to death,
Hmm.
that you've let them escape with the crime that they've committed. Because where's the punishment in that?
Okay.
I would rather you live a
So.
very long life in prison and suffer. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you
Uh
take
huh.
them out of this world, then you take them out of their misery, you take them away from their punishment. And I just don't think, I personally don't believe in it. I'd rather you live A very long, live to be 300 in jail. I don't care. Because, if your
Okay.
crime is that
So,
heinous and that's what you deserve, then that's what you should do. Go ahead.
okay. So, in response to that, what do you say to people that talk down on Kamala Harris before she became vice president, as far as locking up people in the state of California?
Well, that's what she did. That's what she did. And it wasn't people,
What did you
let's
think
be
it
clear,
was?
it was black men. It was black men. Let's be clear. I have nothing for Kamala Harris. I think that she is a chameleon. I think that she claims to be
Okay.
whatever she needs to be for the moment. She's an opportunist. When Kamala Harris ran for Attorney General in California, Kamala Harris stood there, put up a picture of her mama. I sent the picture to April the other day and said, my
Okay.
mother is Arab and Indian. My mother is Arab and Indian, and my father is Chinese. That's what she said. She's still on TV today claiming her daddy Asian, but they say her daddy Jamaican. Then some days she's Jamaican. I don't understand. I do
Okay.
know that, and Biden has a part too, because Biden made that law that locked up a lot of black people too unjustly. So what I say to people is, you're absolutely correct. I mean, your record is your record, and it's not that people are
Hmm.
talking down on her; they're simply quoting her record. That is what she did. Now you want to stand here and you want to pretend to be black when the cameras are on, and you want to wear
Hmm.
Timberlands like B. We don't wear Timberlands over here. Okay? We don't
Okay.
wear Timberlands.
Okay.
The only time you see me in some Timberlands is if I'm working construction, because that's what they were, until some rapper made them a fashion statement. But
Yeah.
black women
That's,
don't wear Timberlands. And
that's
that goes to
because.
show you, her showing up in Timberlands should show you how disassociated she is with the black community. God is in
Yes,
control.
because
Hi.
with her being with her being the attorney general of California, she actually locked up a lot of innocent black men.
She targeted them is what she did. And see, that's the difference. It's one thing if you locking up black men because they committed a crime. She targeted black men. She targeted black men. She made that law about weed. She locked all these black men up for weed. She targeted black men who uh, bought sex, you know, what do you call them?
Hmm.
Men who went out and got prostitutes. She targeted them. She locked them up black men. These are all black men.
Right.
Now she's standing here saying, we need to stop the injustice in the criminal justice community. Well, you were part of that injustice. You were part of that.
Right.
So,
She was part of the criminal. She was part of the
exactly. She
criminal
was
justice
part,
system.
she was part of the criminal justice system. She was part of the systemic racism. She was part of that. So I don't care what they say about Camilla. I've got nothing for her. I probably feel even less about Biden. He's a crook, but they're all crooks. All the
Yes.
politicians are crooks, which is why I voted for Trump, because he was not a politician. I didn't know the man was a damn fool, but
Yes.
I voted for Trump because he was not a politician, because he was already rich. I did not have to worry about him getting in office and selling off the will of the people because he was trying to get rich, because he was already rich.
Right.
I loved his immigration policy, still do. You know, everybody knows I am anti illegal alien, period.
Yeah, like you said, this man already had money. He was already rich.
He was already rich. You see these people, especially senators and state reps and congressmen, they go into these offices without nothing. And then 3 years later, they're millionaires. Well, how the hell you get to be a millionaire and you only make $100,000 a year?
Yeah,
They become millionaires because they take money from lobbyists to make laws to benefit them.
yeah. I want to take a moment and say good afternoon, good
My
evening
daughter went to
to.
Howard University as well. And no, everybody did not wear Tims. So sorry, sweetie. So sorry.
Yes, I want to take a moment to say good afternoon or good evening to B Spell. Hello, B. But you were absolutely right. I mean, he was already rich.
Yeah.
Which
No,
makes
I
it.
never saw. I never saw one girl in Tim's when I visited my daughter at Howard. My daughter didn't wear them. Her friends didn't wear them. I didn't see any young ladies on campus in no
Mm,
Tim's. I didn't. Now
not
my
at no
daughter
Howard
is not as
University.
old. My daughter is not as old as Camilla, so maybe that's what they were doing when Camilla went there.
I don't even think they was doing it when T went there.
I don't know. I can only speak for what I know.
I don't
No
know.
girls were wearing Tims when my daughter. My daughter is only, how old is my daughter? Well, Camilla 10 years older than my daughter, about.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
nobody
I
was
can't.
wearing Tims at Howard when my daughter was there. R. Kelly was there too. Who else was there? Boys to Men, Wanye, they were all there. None of those girls wore Tims. My daughter never put on a
I
pair of Timberlands in her life.
I
My
can't speak on
oldest
that. I
one.
don't. I don't have no evidence on that, so I can't speak on that subject. But you have a good point.
No, B say she live in DC and they wear Tims all year round. Well, go ahead, Kamala. I didn't see her in any in California.
Thank you, B, because I
She
haven't been there
she
since
lived
1992.
she lived in California. She didn't wear them in California. So if they wear them all year round in DC, why she didn't wear them? She never wore them in California. And I was
I mean,
there.
I don't know. I can't speak on that. I know me personally, I haven't been to Washington D.C. since 1992, and it's 2020.
I think my daughter graduated when 2098. I can't even remember. That was the last time I was there. Okay.
Okay,
And like you said, it's 2020. That was the last
right.
time I was there. But I was in California because that same daughter that went to Howard has lived in California now for the past 15 years.
Oh wow.
Camilla did not wear Tim's in California. She didn't run around in Tim's when she was campaigning for AG. She didn't run around in Tim's after she became AG. So why all of a
Okay,
sudden now she wearing Tim's?
right. That's a good question. Why all of a sudden she wearing Tim?
I mean, because if you wore Tim's, that's your thing. You wear Tim's.
Right.
She didn't wear them in California.
I don't think she don't be wearing no Timberlands in no 100 degree weather in California.
Well, if they wore them all year round in Washington, it gets hot in the summer. If they wear them
That's
all year round in Washington, then why didn't she wear them in the winter in California? It gets cool. They have 40
good.
degree weather.
Good question. That's a good question.
Come nighttime, baby, you got to turn the heat on in California. I'm telling you.
I mean, I can't elaborate on something that I have no
I
documentation for
I
evidence about.
I understand. I completely understand. I'm exactly the same way.
Okay.
I
But you made a
understand
good.
that I understand what you're saying, and if that's a fashion statement in DC, I get it. But this is what I'm saying. Camilla ain't been in DC in decades. Okay? It's been a long time since Camilla went to Howard. Cause she 50 some years old. Unless she was slow. Don't laugh. That was mean to me, okay? Y'all mean to me.
That's why it's called.
Maybe because a lot of the girls that my daughter went to Howard with weren't from DC because they come from everywhere. Okay?
Okay.
Maybe they weren't into the fashion statement Tim thing. But
That's why. That's
what
why
I'm
this
saying
platform.
is it's been at least, I'm gonna give her 25 years. I'm gonna give her a little leeway since she's been in DC. Why
Okay.
would she still, and she's not from DC, so why would she still be wearing Timberlands 25 years later? And why, if that's just what she does, why didn't she do it in New York? I mean, in California. Why didn't she
That's a
wear
good question.
Tim's in the wintertime in California?
That's why this platform is called the Truth Radio because we try to bring our audience the truth as much as we can. So those are very, very good questions that you ask.
She is a vulture, B. On that,
Did
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% on that, B.
what is it that B was saying?
B says she a vulture. That's what they do, steal from others' culture. I agree
Okay.
because she pretended to be black so she could get the vote of black people. I absolutely agree with you. And see, if Washington wear Tim's, she wasn't just wearing Tim's for Washington. She's wearing Tim's because this is what she associates with black people. She
So
think
that's
all
how
black
she was
people
able
wear
to.
Tim's, so make wearing Tim's makes her black. BS.
So that's how she was able to come in contact
You
with
know
black
who
people.
wear Tim's in Chicago? Hood rats. That's who wear Tim's. Female and kids. Female, women do not wear Tim's in Chicago. It's
Uh,
ghetto.
yeah.
You see a lady in some Tim's, she a hood rat. I don't care what she wearing. I don't care how she look. Because women don't wear Tim's here. Unless they work construction. I wore them when I worked construction. You know, with some kids, it was a fashion statement when my youngest daughter was a kid. But again, a few years they grew out of that. We don't wear Timbs. We wear Uggs. Okay, we wear red bottoms. We don't wear Timbs. DJ Chuck, what happened?
Yeah, it's in different areas of the United States. Everybody has their fashion statement, and here Tim's ain't famous in Illinois. Uh,
Not at all.
yeah,
Not at
and
all.
and but they might be in other places, you
That's what
know,
I'm saying.
right?
Absolutely. I
But
absolutely agree.
yeah,
We don't
so
wear Timbs.
yeah, yeah. But like I say, Ugg boots is our thing. Ugg
Yeah, we
boots,
wear
Ugg shoes, yeah.
yeah.
And so,
We wear
so
Louboutins.
everybody has a different fashion statement. Uh-huh. Every
And I
every
agree with
city.
that. I agree
Yeah,
with
the
that. But what I'm
Midwest, the
saying,
East Coast, the West Coast.
I agree with
But
that. But what I'm saying
yeah,
is, she didn't wear Tim's when she was in California.
yeah.
She hasn't been in Washington in at least, she ain't been to Howard in at least 25 years.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Why would she still be wearing Tim's as a fashion statement? She a grown woman with a husband and children in politics.
I wear Tommy Hilfiger gym shoes and Nike, but I wear them because they're comfortable.
We
Yeah.
wear
I
Nike.
bought me I
Who
bought
don't wear
me
Nike?
I bought those new Air Max gym shoes.
And they comfortable to you?
Yeah, and I spent a lot of money on those gym shoes.
I'm sure you did.
But
I
they're
buy them. I know how much they cost. I don't wear them though.
but they're worth it. You know, they got good support, good insoles.
Yes, they do.
Uh-huh.
I wear Air Max all the time.
And I've
Yeah,
never been able to wear Air Max. It's like wearing a brick to me. I
yeah,
cannot wear Air Max.
yeah.
It must be
Hmm.
my foot.
Yeah,
But
But
yeah,
there's
we women definitely don't wear Tim's here.
yeah. No, we they into oohs, Uggs, whatever. Yeah, I
Uggs,
can't keep up with Uggs.
Uggs.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah,
B, that's the truth. That's the truth.
yeah.
My boys, let my boys see a girl with some Tim's on and see what they tell you.
Uh-huh.
Hood
Yeah.
girls in the hood
But everybody
wear Tim's.
everybody's got a different fashion
That's it.
statement wherever you live at, from the Midwest. Yeah. So what we consider ghetto, they don't. So yeah,
Yeah, B, I'm sorry, but they are ghetto here, baby. We in Chicago. I mean, Tim's on a girl, it's
yes,
ghetto.
yes,
That
yes.
depends
It's
now.
a it's
If
a
she
whole
13 or
different.
under, it's okay. She 13 or under, she can wear some Tim's because they go through their little Timberland stage.
It's a whole
But once
different
you,
culture.
it is a
It's a
whole
whole
different
different.
thing.
It's a whole different culture and code here in Chicago. So people have to understand that.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, DJ. You said a mouthful. And I listen to this one blogger sometimes, and he often says Chicago is unlike any other place in the world. We have our own everything. So yeah, it's
Thank
a
you.
totally different culture. It is a totally different culture in Chicago.
Yeah, totally different. No matter what side of town you on, totally different.
Every side of town is different. Absolutely. Every side of town is like going to a new country for real.
Yes. If you on
and
the south
that's
side of
like even with the music. Like we love house. DC had go go. You know,
yeah,
Right.
go go music.
yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah,
If
it's
you from
weird.
yeah, if you
Yeah,
on the west side, if you on the west side, if you grew up on the west side and you go to the south side of Chicago, they instantly know you're not from out there.
Absolutely. And we instantly know we're not from out here either.
Right. They know.
Because
yeah.
I'm on the south side. And it
Uh,
is truly like a different country to me. I've never
Yeah,
seen people like this. And I've lived
yeah.
all over this city and I've been all around this world. I've never
It's
seen people
totally
like these
different.
people on the south side.
It's totally different. It's stuff we do on the west side that the south side would never do.
Exactly. Exactly.
When I say never, never.
Never.
Trust me, I know.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I saw. I seen a man in finger waves and long nails. Where they do that at?
I know
Even
he had to
Don
be
Juan, even Don Juan don't wear finger waves and long nails no more. Where they do that at?
the west side of Chicago.
No, south side of Chicago.
Huh? On the south side? What?
Girl,
Yeah,
yeah, girl. I've not seen that in 50 years. Finger waves and long nails and rings on every finger on a man.
yes, yes.
Where they
April
do
for
that
real.
at?
April for real. She telling the
Gators,
truth.
baby. They wearing gators. And they think they sharp. They think they sharp. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please
Yeah.
help me get up out of here.
She
I
tell,
cannot.
it's funny, but she's telling the truth.
I'm telling
They
you.
went finger waves. Oh, you know what? You about right. Cause I
I know
remember
it.
when my cousin them was what came here for a funeral, and they said they had just saw a man in some finger waves. I'm like,
On
huh?
on the south
Yeah.
side.
On the
They
south
still
side.
wear
On the south side, yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
yes, they still wearing finger waves, long nails, and gators, girl. I'm like, they killing me
Yeah.
with these gators, girl.
Well,
You
I
may
know
catch
that
two.
west side, honey.
You
We
may
didn't.
catch
I
two or
didn't.
three. You may catch two or three on the west side.
Cause they from the south side. they they don't move west. They from the south side.
Cause living out west, y'all west side folks was considered higher.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
South side, they was like all the bougie folks out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I'll
Yeah.
take the west side any day, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chuck,
Except for
you've been
today.
eating right and doing everything you need to do to keep your immune system up. And did you get
I've
you some
been
vitamins?
I've been taking vitamins, uh, drinking a lot of water, vegetables,
Yeah,
stuff like
that'll
that.
help a lot,
I basically
especially staying
I
hydrated.
basically just yes, I basically train my whole eating habit because I'm a diabetic,
Right.
Oh,
so I
okay.
have
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Okay.
So I have to. I have there's certain stuff I have to watch when I eat.
Yeah.
I can't. Saying have a lot of sugar, like cookies and cakes and stuff like that. I can't eat that stuff no more like that.
Wow.
You can
Yeah,
eat the
so
cake. You can
I
eat
can
the
eat it.
cake.
Right.
No, listen to me. Let me finish. You can eat the
Okay.
cake. You can't eat the frosting.
Yeah.
You can't eat the frosting. You can eat the
Yeah.
cake though, with no frosting. Get you a pound
Yeah.
cake. Yeah, my
Yeah.
oldest daughter's diabetic. She had juvenile diabetes. She will have it the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And it you
Mm.
it's
I
hard
found
having a
out.
child with
Yeah.
diabetes and trying to keep them on a diet, okay?
Yeah. I found out that I was a diabetic in March of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my
Um.
my oldest daughter, the one that went to Howard, she's diabetic. And we
Okay.
found out when she was 13.
Okay. Cause
Mhm.
at first my doctor had me what they call metformin. I don't know if people are familiar with that,
I am.
but it's a pill that you can take
Yeah.
instead of instead of taking the shot every
The
day.
the injections. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I first started, ah, they had me on 1,000 milligrams.
That's a
So
lot.
imagine taking this pill every day. Now, don't get me wrong.
Wow.
I had to go
Yeah,
to
that
work.
was a big deal.
Right before the virus came about, I had to go to work. So
Right.
I'm taking this pill every morning, and then I'm working 8 to 12 hours a day. So
Now,
at
and
one point,
did they tell you? Did he tell you you have to lose some weight also?
I lost weight.
Okay.
I had
And you're
lost weight
still diabetic?
I had lost weight during the time that I was working. Now, when
Yeah.
they told us
Well, you
that we
know
were gonna
you gonna.
be when they told us we were gonna be off work for a while,
You gained
then
it.
I gained it. I called my doctor. I say, look, I'm off work due to the pandemic, and I'm still taking medication, but I'm gaining weight. She say we gotta lower it. So now I'm at 500 milligrams
Oh, that's
with
good
just
then.
with just one pill a day. So it's a bit different.
Okay.
It's a bit different, but I would tell people, like you said, get your vitamins, change your eating habits, and get drink a lot of water and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Trust me, trust me. When I say you will feel a whole lot better, you will feel a whole lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a lot of stuff out here that sometimes people have to you have to research it. I do a lot of research myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah. Thanks for giving us researching those stats for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
reading
Thank you.
about Brazil. I have a friend there,
Yeah.
and I was reading about it, and they say there because a lot of Brazil, even though some parts of it is very beautiful, it's a very poor country,
Okay.
and their health system sucks. So yeah, they're quite overwhelmed with all of the cases and the death that they have
Wow.
Yeah.
because they don't have a global health system like we do.
Okay.
So it's really bad there. It's really bad there.
Even in other countries?
Well, in some countries are doing well, and some countries that were doing well aren't doing well right now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Mhm.
somebody was on here. I don't know if it was here. It might have been somewhere
Oh,
else. I was.
Pam was talking about China. China done went down a
Yeah,
lot. China
Yeah.
China
almost has no
got COVID
cases.
under control. Yeah.
Yeah. I know DJ Pete from the Truth Radio gave a lot of information about China too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
did. He did. Yeah, they're down. They're really down. So hopefully, like I said, once Trump gone on and get on out of here, uh, that
And
will.
they're down with no vaccine. Hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Isn't that something?
That's
I know.
something.
That's something to think.
What did you all think about the governor of Florida? I mean, they still letting kids go to school in that pandemic.
I think that again, it's really the people because
Okay.
apparently the majority of people in Florida just really don't care.
Mhm.
They're I'm not sending my
Okay.
kid to school. If you open the schools, they ain't going. I'm sorry. I think
Yeah.
they don't care. He don't have a mask mandate. I saw his butt on TV the other day. He just don't feel that they're there yet where they gotta wear masks. Like when you gonna feel like you're there? You got people dying all around you. Like like
But
I told
like,
Trump, when you gonna think you lost? Like, come on now.
how could he not care?
I you have some people that really believe if they don't believe something that it's just
Mhm.
not true.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
Mhm.
because and then you have people who don't want to accept the hardship of what it would take, you know, to
Yeah.
control this pandemic.
Right.
You
Because
know,
to me personally, I think Trump right now he should he should really shut the country down. You ready to leave? What do you care what people think?
that's the thing. He's insane. I'm going to say this again. He's insane. Losing this election has pushed him way over the edge. He was already on the edge. Losing this election, seriously, it has pushed him over the edge. The man has lost his damn mind. He really has. I think that they should get him out because he's incompetent. He is so consumed with losing. That's all he talks about. That's
Mhm.
all he tweets about. He fires off 40, 50 tweets a day about how the election was stolen, about how
Mhm.
it's fraud, about how the news is lying about the
And
election. He's still doing this to
yeah,
this day.
And
about
do
how
you
it was.
know he still has people following him and believing it.
Yes, this is
That's
what I'm
what that's
saying.
Yeah,
like.
Insane.
yeah,
Insane.
yeah.
Okay? He is
He's tweeting
completely
every day.
every day 30, 40, 50 tweets a day, all
Yeah,
about the same thing, the
yeah,
fraud in the election. He
talking
is
about
detached from reality.
the election was rigged.
Yeah, the election's rigged. We're getting ready to turn it over. Oh, those weren't
Mhm.
our lawsuits. Well, all of them got your name on them.
Yeah, I think he's actually afraid if he shut down the whole nation that the stock market is gonna crash.
He ain't afraid of that. Trump is a narcissist. He does not want to look bad for his followers. That I'm telling you, the man has lost it. He does not want to look bad to his followers. He wore a mask one time the day he came
But
home
you
from the
talking
hospital.
about running again in 2024.
Well, he can run again if he wants to.
He can't do that
Why? He
because he
can do
already
that.
been.
But he was only president for 4 years. You can be president for 8 years.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he
So
could
he
That's
can
my
win
run
fault.
almost
That's
every.
again.
that's my
Yeah.
fault. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
No, you
You're right.
don't have to be sorry. It's okay. But he is incompetent right now. He really is because he is consumed with the election results. He's consumed.
Well, are any Republicans telling this son of a gun, this insane, crazy idiot, like, dude, you done lost. Stop wasting people's time. Are any Republicans telling him that?
There has been a few, but not
I don't.
enough because they're on there talking about.
Not enough.
They're
Not
on there,
enough.
girl. They've made their own news show where they
Hmm.
report all this fake ass news and they put it on Twitter.
Uh huh.
You know, they're
Yeah.
showing
Like.
ballots being burned. You know, talking about
Yeah.
these were Trump
I guess
ballots. See, they burned them. And it's all BS. It's all made up. The man has
all cra-
lost it.
all type of crazy stuff.
Oh, girl, it's ridiculous. And no, there are
But
some who've
April, like
spoken out, but not enough.
Lady Loser said, the Supreme Court has
Oh,
told him 23 times, you lost
we have a
23
comment
times.
from this guy is
I
in
lost 60
control.
pounds due to changing my diet and cut off things like sugar and dairy and watch my sodium and also drink plenty of water. I drink green tea, ginger, and black seed tea 2 times a day. Well, congratulations to you. God is in control, but she can't do
Yes,
all that.
congratulations. That's
That
Congratulations
really
on
awesome.
that.
is a great accomplishment and something that I will never be able to do. I fried pies last night. Mm.
Congratulations on that. I drink a lot of green tea myself.
Okay, yeah, thank you. God's in control. Wow,
Yes, that is a wonderful
that's
thing.
awesome.
It
That is
really is.
awesome.
That is an amazing accomplishment. It really is.
Hey, God is in control. Inbox me on Facebook, and uh, then if we do a show on weight loss, we can have you on the panel. Cause I'd rather have people on here that can give testimonies. We trying to
Right.
do true stuff, true statements, not what we heard, but what we know to
Exactly.
be true. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You all can
yeah,
follow me on Twitter at DJ Chuck 100.
yeah.
What is it?
Follow.
What is it?
It's DJ Chuck 100.
Okay.
I
You
don't
can
know,
follow me
Chuck.
on.
My Twitter might be too lit for you. I don't know.
Okay. She said it took
She
six
gets
months.
it cracking on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a long time. That's 10 pounds a month. That's not a
Yeah.
long time at
It's not a long
all.
time at all.
That's not a long time at all. 10
Yeah.
pounds a month, that is excellent.
That's a good
Wow.
Because
accomplishment. God in control.
that is a major accomplishment.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it, but I don't lie to myself. I don't have no willpower because I give up dairy. Oh, yeah, my doctor told me the same thing. Give up the cheese. Ain't no way. Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah, because they say now that dairy isn't good for your body.
Well, it's only good for the bones when you're a kid growing. It's not good for you. I know
Mm-hmm.
it's not good for you, but I'm
Yeah.
not giving up cheese. I've given up all I'm going to give up. I don't eat fried foods regularly, and I say that because if I want some fried
Uh,
chicken, I am black. I'm gonna have
Mm-hmm.
some, but that might be once or twice a year. It's not
uh,
every week, every month. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've
uh-huh.
given up fried
Yeah.
food. I've given up most pork because she gonna eat bacon. I've given up
Yeah.
beef. I don't eat that period at all, no shape, form, or fashion. I don't fry anything. I fried them pies last night though. Um, oh girl, they were delicious. Yeah, I fried them pies. Yes, she did.
What type of pie?
I cannot apple pie.
Okay.
I cannot give up cheese, and my doctor tells me that is my whole issue. I don't drink soda. I can't stand milk. I ain't drinking no kind of milk. You can keep
So
that.
do you drink a lot of water?
I drink tons of water. I've not ran out of water in 2 years. I don't have any water right now. I'm drinking my last bottle. So she'll be at the store in the morning. Yes, I drink tons of water. I don't
Okay.
drink pop at all. I drink water. I drink tea, sometimes lemonade, but I don't really like sweet drinks. My drinks can't have sugar in them, you know?
Man,
Mm-hmm.
do it. Girl, I want all kind of pop. Now
Mm-mm.
she says you can use air fryer. It's like fried fruit.
I have an air fryer, but here's the thing. I don't miss fried food. I really don't.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
gonna have
miss
to
it
get one
at
because I
all.
can't give up fried food neither. I like my fried chicken and my fried
Uh-uh.
pork chop
I don't eat
smothered in
pork
gravy.
chop. Mm-mm.
Mm.
I don't eat any of that. The only pork that I eat bacon, uh, some sausages like Italian sausage and a Polish. That's all. And again, it's not often. You know, that's all the pork I'm gonna eat. I don't eat pork chops. I don't ham. None of that. None of that. None of that. And I don't fry anything. If I fry something, like I said, it may be once or twice a year.
Okay.
My doctor says my problem is cheese because I can guarantee you I eat 4 or 5 pounds a week,
Mm.
and I'm not giving it up.
Skytown, finest that's great. You lost 50 pounds in a year. You look good, girl.
I gave up sugar and pop. Yeah, didn't you lose so much weight when you gave up pop? Like I remember when I gave up pop, I lost like 20 pounds just not drinking pop. Eating nothing after 7. Yeah, I can do that.
And
Yeah, I ain't
also
doing the vitamin B12.
we're gonna report, we're gonna report on some R. Kelly stuff too.
What
We're gonna
what we
do
gonna
that.
report?
Well, we're gonna talk about some things that's been going on. And
Oh, you know what I did want to tell you? They set a trial date. Did you know that?
yeah, for April
Yeah, April 6th.
in New York.
Yeah, in
Okay.
New York. Yeah.
That's the next. That's the next trial date.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's his
trial
trial date
date
in New York.
in New York. Yeah, that's his trial date. That's the day he's supposed to go to trial. April 6th
Okay. Okay.
in New York.
Okay.
Even with COVID going on,
Yes, April 6th.
they're gonna proceed even with COVID.
Yeah.
Yes,
They have to. They have to.
yes.
I'm
They're
just
going to
asking.
proceed. Yes,
I know.
Okay.
I know.
yes.
I know.
Okay.
Now, we don't have a trial date in Illinois, and they've shut down all trials again. here in Chicago. But yeah, they're
yeah,
going to proceed,
yeah.
and
April
and they
in,
should. Well, I don't know. It's
April of
gonna
next
be,
year.
yeah, in April of next year. It's gonna be hard to it's gonna be hard to do all of that in the midst of COVID.
Yeah,
That case is gonna cost who
that case is gonna
probably
cost a lot.
Hey,
That
God
case,
in
probably over
control.
100 million.
Type in the
yeah,
comments, and we will. Uh, yeah, we'll subscribe to your channel. Yeah, this
that,
all about networking. I don't have issues with people. Well, I do have some issues with some people that are bloggers that was stealing from R. Kelly in the beginning. And I don't go back and forth with dirty people. And y'all can forgive them, but I don't. I won't. Cause you stole from a man while he's fighting for his life, and I don't get into his family business, so I won't never talk about his brothers or anything, because that is his family. But some of these bloggers, some of them, I swear to God, if I had my way, they could never mention his name again. But other than that, I have no problems with some of the bloggers. And yes, who gonna check me? Them dirty motherfuckers, they
Uh
stole
oh.
from him in
Uh
the
oh.
beginning when they set up a fund for him. So they can run and hide, they can talk about it and all that stuff, but they stole from him. So I have issues, and ain't nobody gonna tell me in this lifetime who I'm gonna be nice to and who I'm gonna talk to in anything. So that's all I needed to say. Yeah.
Okay.
okay. So that, like, like you were saying, that trial is gonna cost a lot of money.
that I could see that trial costing about 100 million, really easy.
Yeah,
It is going to be so difficult to coordinate all that with COVID going
yeah.
on, with all the
Mm-hmm.
witnesses that they have, with the
Uh,
media, um,
the media,
all the
like
people
you
that are going
said,
to be trying to get into the trial. I don't know if they're going to
right?
have it
Yes.
open to the public. I don't know.
Will it be open to the public?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I wouldn't say
I,
that because that's a
I,
right. I wouldn't say that. That is a right.
I,
Yeah, because
I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
say
be
that.
there, and,
I
and
wouldn't
I,
I
say
I
that.
hope
okay,
I
okay,
hope
okay,
I'm
okay.
hoping,
I could be, I
I'm
could be,
hoping that they're gonna show my mom's video to help him. Nobody wants to do anything positive to help him. If they
uh,
ain't stealing from him, they trying to become YouTube famous and everything else. You know, you girl,
uh,
I forgot to tell you the latest, but I'll let you know. Yeah,
Oh, you got to let me
I
know
could be wrong.
immediately.
I
yeah.
could be wrong.
You
But
know, in the midst of COVID,
Thanks, Chi Town Finest. I've been in this fight for the beginning for him. But girl, there's some people, I can't do and I won't do.
I,
Yeah.
I could be, I could be, I could be wrong. But um,
because it's
Now,
been
God in
discussed.
control says, I believe he is innocent. I am a surviving victim. R. Kelly is a victim himself. And that's what people need to focus on. He is a victim himself.
That's true. But let me ask you this: God is in control because, and April very well knows this. I do not believe that he is innocent. Um, but I also do not believe that he needs to be in prison for the rest of his life. I don't believe that's the solution. But I want to know, and I ask this to a lot of people because I don't understand how they think that he's so innocent. I don't get that. He married Aaliyah at 15. He has several sex videos with underage girls. How does that play to be innocent? I mean,
And
do you
see,
just
also,
ignore
I
that
want
fact?
everybody to know, even though her and I disagree, we have not fallen out with each other.
Not at
And
all.
she, like some of
Never
these people
will.
do, because I'm riding with Kels for life,
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know, because he's not the man that I know. But
Exactly. And I get that. I
yeah,
get that. You know we talk about this all the time. You know
right.
I get
But
that.
she
But for
tells
the
stuff,
people who don't know him and
yeah,
know of all the things, you understand what I'm saying? For the
yeah,
because I get that. Because I got a friend I'm the same way about. The person that they're describing, you don't know that person. And I get that. Because I've been around him. I never saw him be disrespectful. I never heard him disrespect a female. I never heard that. But I saw what I saw. And people in Chicago knew what they knew. Okay, because Kels wasn't. You know what? I could be wrong too, DJ Chuck, because that's New York. I don't know what's
Yeah,
gonna happen in New York.
right. That's all I'm saying. In Chicago, it may be a different story, but New
But he
York,
did marry her. Whether you
yeah,
believe it or not, he
yeah,
absolutely married her. Didn't he marry her, Darlene?
yeah. He married her.
He married her.
Married her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There, like I said, you know, when you look from things from the legal side. Now, read
Right.
Chi-Town's finest comment.
I think he likes younger women, even teenagers, but he has not raped or took advantage of anyone. He has not beat nor treated anyone the way it has been described. And that's not true either. It's not true. I have seen some of that evidence. That's not true. I do believe that he likes younger women. Uh, I believe he likes kids, teenagers. Those are kids. And saying that, I don't believe that his mentality is higher than a kid's. I really
Yeah,
don't.
people had to realize that he is a victim himself. He was molested by his family. He was violated with the man. We all know, he was a music genius. He couldn't read or write. And I think just everybody just took advantage of him.
I believe
Nobody
that as
helped him.
well. Nobody. And that's the person, even though I believe he did these things, I've seen the evidence. I've been watching him since he was a kid before he was famous, singing in the train stations, all that.
yeah,
When he
Read
became
what God
famous,
in control has just said.
right.
a lot of people
Read
get
what she
they,
said.
a lot
Chuck,
of people.
read what God is in
And
control.
I,
What God in
I watched
control
him for
said.
years. I watched him for years play ball at the YMCA with my kids. He always had older women around. I know a lot of females he turned away. And I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
A lot of people took advantage of him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. I agree
they
with that
played
100%.
they played on him not being able to read and write. Nobody, nobody tried to help him. Uh but I'm riding with Kale to the end. I don't care what nobody say, you know. Uh
And that's
yeah.
good for him. I agree that everybody took advantage of him. I agree. No, I'm not going to say everybody. I'm going to say most people took advantage of him. Um,
Okay.
yes, Yes, they did. Absolutely, they took advantage of him.
Yeah.
They stole from
Nobody
him.
gave a damn about him trying to
Exactly.
become a better person
Exactly. Everybody was
when
there
he was
for what
a
they could get.
when he was a child. When once he first got into the entertainment
No,
business.
Chi-Town's finest, that's absolutely not true either. That's absolutely not true either.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not true either. Chi-Town finest says pedophilia don't start when you grown. No history of it until after he was famous. That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
They were accusing him of that before he became famous. They were accusing him of that when he got with the little group. They were accusing him of that. So that's not true.
Yeah. Hey,
But
Chi-Town Finest, we will do a show. Give me a call at 815-995-9866. Like I say, I'm riding with them till the wheels fall off. I don't care what kind of evidence they show. That's 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 my that's my guy. But also at the same time, there has been some things, some facts that have come out. So yeah, just give me a call. We don't want to get into it. We're just gonna do a special show.
okay.
And
Okay.
and what I tell people now is what you have to start saying that is on the only thing that's really going to help him is that he was a victim himself. He was violated and molested himself. He had a lot of learned behavior.
Oh,
And so,
amen to that. Amen to that. Yes.
yeah,
That
Yes.
that need to be the R. Kelly subject need to be a whole different
yeah, that's
show.
why I said we're going to talk about that. Chi-Town Finest, my phone number is 815-995-9866. And we're going to do a show because I tried to tell people way last year that Rashonda Landfair was testifying, and girl, people were ready to kill me. So,
Yeah.
what we will do is we're going to end this show today, and we will set up um like get ready for the R. Kelly trial and prepare people for what's getting ready to come, you know.
Exactly. Because
And
people are
so
not prepared.
they're not prepared for
They're
what's
not
getting
prepared.
ready to come. But if you love and support Robert Sylvester Kelly, aka Robert Kelly, known as Rob to me and my family, I will never accept the monster that they are telling me that he is, nor, I'm very upset that everybody knew he had problems from the record label to everything. After you used him up, you threw him away. And Andrea Kelly, she knew too. The man has, you know,
Issues.
it is what it is, but we'll do another show.
Yeah, there need to be another
Well,
show.
thank everybody for
Yeah,
being here. I
we
appreciate it. I'm
thank y'all.
always
Okay.
so happy to
And
be
we
on here.
so
DJ
glad.
Chuck, thank you.
Yeah, we
You're
had
welcome.
people from Guys in Control. We're gonna subscribe to your channel. We're gonna start following you. We're gonna all start networking with each other and really basically dealing with this case. You're gonna have to be a mature adult. Um,
Absolutely.
and you're gonna have to look at things legally,
Exactly.
legally.
Exactly.
And yeah,
Yeah.
okay, Chi-Town Finest, you got it. And we want to thank our man. We're growing. We got people from the United Kingdom joining us, and
Thank you
stuff.
so much from the
So, so we
UK.
just thank people. We're just trying to bring the truth. I'm a truth person. Most people, um, I'm not a mean person, but when you cross me, I'm done with you. So it's very few people that I will even fool with this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly anymore. Especially some of those people that was in the beginning that stole from him. They know they stole from him, but yet people still go around these people. Well, I'm gonna tell you this: anybody that is an enemy of my family of friends that has stole from my family of friends, baby, you ain't getting shit from me. You ain't got nothing coming. I can forgive you, but I ain't got to fool with you ever again in life. This man is fighting for his life. So thank you all. Okay, and Chi-Town Finest, call me.
Okay, April, I'm getting ready to call you
And,
now because I need those deets. DJ
yeah.
Chuck, when is your
Oh, and
your next show?
everybody, please join us on the Truth Radio. And DJ Chuck might give us a little something tonight, maybe tomorrow, and we'll start posting it. I've got to figure out a way to run these shows through the Truth Radio. But yeah, we're doing talk radio and music. But it's
Uh,
it's
as far
something
as
I'm
far
dealing
as
with right
soldiers and
now.
songs, as far as soldiers and
Yeah.
songs, music shows, I'll be back Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
I gotta wait till Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day, I'll be
DJ, you
back on.
killing me. You killing me. You killing me. See, that's what they do. They get you hooked, then they drop you.
Yeah.
I'll be back on. I'll be back on Thanksgiving Day around noon. So if you want to hear
I will
some
be
nice
listening.
music,
I sure will.
Okay.
I
want to
sure
hear some nice,
will.
All
you
right.
want to hear some
Because
nice
you were
music.
jamming. You were jamming. Yes.
If people, if people want to hear some nice music while they're cooking, I'll be on Thanksgiving Day.
Thank you
Okay.
all so much for joining
All
us.
right.
We really do appreciate it. April, I'm going to
Okay.
call you now.
Thank you
Okay.
all
Bye,
for
All
everyone.
listening.
right. Okay. All right. Chi-Town Finest, call me in about an hour. I'm ready. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for the support. We really appreciate it.